I can tell that there's 3 types of people in this tent today. Okay? Yeah, there's like, literally, you can look at each person and put them into one of 3 categories. Coincidentally, all 3 categories start with an F, the letter F, like fox. Okay, so the first category, the DJ, who's so far, I can't make eye contact with you, but can you play the first song that depicts the first F? So, I'm not familiar with this type of music. I think it's like a 2-step, but... So, these are the farmers! Clearly Troy's side of the family. So the first F out of the 3 F's is for farmers.
I know one of the other.
I was gonna say a farming joke to open with this, but let's face it, all farming jokes are so corny. Dad. But I do hear from Troy that we are in the presence of some very high class, very grain-fed farmers. I don't know what to say. Farmers, like good farmers. Some of them are going to get a Nobel Prize, or already have, because they're always so outstanding in their field. That's so funny. But I was a bit concerned, because I know, like, Jeff was obviously very selfish and ruining his brother's anniversary and planning his wedding during Stampede. So then, obviously, Troy stepped up to the table and took over the farm's biggest weekend ever. He grabbed everyone out of the rodeo and the chuck wagons and was like, "Come to my wedding right next to the Stampede." But to you farmers, I definitely reassure you, I can't see table numbers, but this table over here, like way over there, like where Dan Weeks, is your name? Sean and all them are sitting, you're gonna see a lot of rodeos happening tonight. There may be some bull riding. Some might last those 8 seconds on a bull, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so the second category of people here is also described with an F. Remember I said there's 3 F's? Sheila, remember I said 3 F's? The first F was a farmer. I like your blue shawl too. Okay, so DJ, can you cue the second F? So the second group of people that are categorized with the F are Filipinos. Okay, but full disclosure, raise your hand if you thought it was spelled with a PH, because I did too. But it's an F, I assure you, it's an F.
No, just start cutting.
Okay, but also, so once I made my first announcement, and like obviously like, you can tell I'm so different than everybody else here. I'm obviously here to be like, the MC or like a celebrity. Like, you know when you invite a celebrity over? So random Filipinos have been coming up to me all day being like, is there karaoke later? No. There's no karaoke, but if I had $1 for every Filipino that asked me if there's karaoke later, I'd be going into the Midway for free tomorrow. So, one of the biggest mistakes, in my opinion, that Jeff and Troy have made, it's very small, don't worry, is that they didn't have a gift registry. Because I walked by the gift table and I could spot out every Filipino gift. There's 27 rice cookers. Literally! Like, what is Troy gonna do, eat rice all his life? But don't worry. Like all good Filipinos do, I'm sure you all have a gift receipt filed away. And Penny, I will help you personally. We will unwrap all the gifts very carefully and keep all the wrapping paper. And we're set for life. We'll like wrap all these random gifts. There's so much wrapping paper in this hall. But honestly, my most favorite thing about Filipinos, and actually this applies to like all Asians, like even my parents do this as Indians, is we're so busy that we don't point with our hands, we point with our mouths. So we're always like... And so, literally, I've seen Penny and her sisters do this today, like, look at that outfit. Oh, we're down. Oh, we're down. Done. Okay, so that's the first two classifications of people here, starting with that. Farmers, Troy side, and Filipinos. So the third class of Fs that are around, DJ, can you help me? Come on, Bo. Okay, good. So, there's farmers, Filipinos, and... What do you think I'm gonna say? Fairies. I know what you thought I was actually gonna say. I'm not gonna say it. Okay. So, the fairy species is very unique. Seriously, so unique. We wear the tightest clothes made. I haven't sat down all day, our pants are so tight. Oh wait! Some of us haven't sat down. You don't know what I am. Okay. I have the skin of a Filipino, the tan of a farmer. Anyways, so we'll continue. Okay, so the fairies are the group that look flawless. We're expressionless. We've all visited Jeff for Botox. You couldn't tell if we're crying, laughing, sad, happy, whatever. You can't tell. There's not a wrinkle in sight, right? We are the species that will drink the Dean House dry of vodka by 10 p.m. But what's interesting is that I've been walking around and watching, there's so many like farmers, Filipinos, fairies. But the reason we're all having so much fun is there's a lot of commonality between the two. Like you can have a farming fairy. It's true, like obviously Troy's a farming fairy. But there's another one. Where's Chris Ostrophe? Can you stand up? Stand up. He's so skinny because he's been doing Orange Theory, I can't even see him. Anyways, hey Chris, what do you call a gay farmer? A Jolly Rancher? Dad! But then, okay, so back to the fairies. Like, we're all obviously very successful. Very stunning. And we have so many different professions. Hey, Kellen, what do you call a gay dentist? The tooth fairy. Dead. But if you think about it, there's a reason that we're all having so much fun tonight. There's so much commonality between the three F's of the tent. Let's take farmers and fairies for this.
Thank you. Fish. Wow, that's easy.
Okay. Did you know that they have the exact same favorite pastime? You're probably in shock. Like, what would a farmer have in common with a fairy? So much. Well, a farmer and a fairy love to get down, get dirty, with their hose. Dead. Oh, that wasn't in the script I gave you. Okay, so I can see everyone's munching away, but to make sure the night goes on smoothly, we're going to start with the speeches. Hey, Carmen. So the first speech is going to be from the brothers of the groom. Who's the groom? I guess Jeff's brothers should come first. So, the firefighter and the oil and gas guy. Come on down.
I don't know how my kids like this.
Is it on? Can you hear me?
Thank you, Gary. I love your Michael Kors shoes. But I thought you said you were going to fix your hair. Good evening, everyone. For those that don't know us, I'm Greg, and this is Kevin. We're Jeff's younger but stronger brothers. Congratulations to you, Jeff and Troy. We can't be more thrilled to add another brother to our family. Jeff and I are 3 years apart, so I've always looked up to Jeff. It was a little hard following a straight-A student through my schooling. My parents would always surround Jeff with all his academic awards, then tell me to go stand beside him for a picture. Traumatizing times. Ned and I would always say, with our comeback, and say, yeah, well, let's play any sport and see how well you do. It was our only comeback. As kids, we would do countless air bands. These are music performances that we perform at parties, at relative parties. We practiced for hours, making sure our choreography was perfect, and we were all in sync. Jeff would be so picky, and always be giving me trouble if I was off by a second, or I couldn't get the right dance move down. Thanks for teaching me how to dance, Jeff. Being the middle child is hard. Jeff would get all the new stuff, and spoiled as a kid. And Kevin, well, he's still a kid and gets spoiled. I guess I'm the glue that holds this family together. We followed our older brother like any brother would, the music he would listen to, how he would style his hair, and of course, fashion. I had the most amazing hand-me-downs clothes. All name brand, top of the shelf stuff. Although now it's a little tight. Jeff and Troy would say it fits just perfect. I've been with Jeff through the thick and thin, through all his girlfriends and all his boyfriends. We had the pleasure of working together and traveling across the world together. Thank you for being the best older brother I could ask for. And we look forward to all the wonderful new memories in the future with both of you. Now before I pass the mic to Kevin, I want to say a happy 11th anniversary to my beautiful wife.
going first and saving the best for last. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In case you hadn't guessed, I am Jeff's little brother, Kevin. The upgrade, if you will. Clearly, our parents were not happy with Jeff or Greg, so they thought to give it another chance and have me. The child they've always wanted. Think of me as the masterpiece of this family. When Jeff asked me to be in his bridal party, he had one specific request, and that was not to roast him. And let me tell you, he was very persistent to this day. However, Jeff took his big brother role very serious as a kid. He was determined to do what was expected of him. So he beat me up, blamed me for everything he broke, stole my stuff, sabotaged my plans, and generally made my life unbearable. Anyways, it's a great honor to be giving a speech today. First off, Jeff, I'm honored to be standing beside you for this very special day. I think it says a lot about a man who chooses his brothers to stand with them. Mostly, of course, it says I have no friends. Jeff was born on the 23rd of April, I think, way back when dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. My parents were hoping for a girl, and let's be honest, they nearly got one. It hasn't always been easy growing up in the footsteps of an older and more successful brother. Of course, I've learned a great deal of Jeff always being first. I was, for instance, able to avoid some truly terrible haircuts. As you can see, that one's still relevant now. Just like Greg said, being the youngest, it is mandatory you get all the hand-me-down clothes. But in my case, it got handed down twice. This worked fine with Greg's clothes for a while, but Jeff's, come on. His clothes stopped fitting when I was in grade 6. As I grew through my teenage years, what typically happens, Jeff seemed to shrink. Jeff, you may be my older brother, but remember, you'll be always the one looking up to me. It's fair to say that brothers don't always see eye to eye growing up, especially when Jeff gets away with absolutely everything. But any great grief we gave each other was always offset by the unbreakable bond between us. Jeff says the treatment he sometimes dished out when we were kids was to round my character. But the only thing that rounded out was my belly. And maybe it did help. If I had an ounce of his kindness, loyalty, dedication, and ambition, I'd count myself a lucky man. Jeff, thanks for everything you have done for me growing up, but more importantly, thank you for being a dentist. I want to thank you for all the free teeth whitening, all the root canal treatments, Botox and fillings. I hope my speech today did not make me go on a payment plan for future dental. I don't know how you put up with Jeff's sass and demands, but I know it must take a special person to do so. I feel very fortunate as I gain another older brother to look up to as a role model. And I know I can count on you for absolutely everything, especially throwing a mattress at a pool party in Las Vegas. I won't get into that story today, though. Please join me by raising our glasses to Jeff and Troy and the incredible journey they're about to go.
Cheers.
Thank you for your speech. You wait for men. Okay, can everyone hear me? Okay, hey you guys, it's Carrie! I'm on location inside the actual Dean house. It's nice, it's old, but it's nice. It's very ancient, very historic. Actually, did you know that the Dean House is one of Calgary's oldest buildings? The Dean House was built in 1906 as the official residence of Richard Burton Dean, who was the superintendent of the Royal Northwest Mounted Police. Hey, it's me, Lorna. The Dean House has actually become to be known as the most haunted place in Canada over the years. So be careful! Many people swear they have seen the weirdest things, like ghosts, guys wearing makeup, men wearing cop pants, guys with very feminine voices. Hey, what's up, buddy? So yes, we are amongst ghosts. So now, as the night progresses, and we have, when the bar actually opens up, just be careful. Figure out if you're actually seeing ghosts, or if you're just drunk. But if you see a drag queen, don't freak out. It's probably real, because we are at Jeff and Troy's wedding.